Hey everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and I'm so excited. We are going to be doing the first in a 6-part grab bag competition series with Silver Picker. We are competing over 5 $100 grab bags and a finale $250 grab bag to see who can recoup the most value across the 6 videos. We'll also be trying to pull some of the best items that you can comment down below that we'll end up putting in a co-hosted Whatnot live stream and giving away to you. So it's sort of a grab bag inception. I can't wait for this series. I'm hoping to even film a little bit of it with Max in person, which is going to be absolutely awesome. So let's start by getting into this grab bag. First, again, is going to be a $100 bag. We'll see if it's world coins, US stuff, graded, ungraded, silver, gold, bronze, tokens, who knows. I'm going to be valuing it, and I cannot wait to open this one up. And I cannot wait to see what he has in here. And so it looks like a couple of coins. I'm seeing a toned Eisenhower dollar and something that I can't quite tell what it is on the outside. It says Unk Piece right there, but it'll only be one way of knowing if there's actually any uncirculated piece dollars to dive into this thing and see what's inside. Again, I feel like in the past, some of my best grab bag finds have been some interesting kind of world material that people didn't really know about. Same thing with varieties where maybe the value wasn't fully calculated properly. But I'm going to go, again, coin by coin. Looking over here, it looks like maybe there's 8 or so coins, which is actually good because it's always, I think, better. Like if I could have 2 $50 coins or 100 $1 coins, I'd probably rather go with the 2 $50 ones. And that's kind of like collecting in general. However, that doesn't apply to all situations because sometimes it's nice to go big with your coin collection. But let's see what we can add right here. And one other thing that I realized before we get into this is that I think that this actually has some currency in it and it's not just an invoice, but I'm not sure because I haven't opened the envelope. But let's start and just go item by item here. I'm going to zoom in and we're going to start with the Susan B. Anthony Proof 1979S, valued at about $5 here. This would have been the first year they struck these in 79 through 81 and then again in 1999. Features one of the earliest women on our coins, I believe, is 1893 with Queen Isabella on a commemorative quarter. That was the first woman on the coin. But in terms of circulating US coinage, I'm pretty positive that it's this one in terms of women that actually existed as opposed to like the Liberty personification. Is it a $5 coin? I haven't actually seen it. I know that there's type 1 and type 2, and so I don't have a glass on me, but basically there's different types of mint marks. Some are better and some are not as strong. I think that this is going to be not the crazy rare type, and I'd probably value this, yeah, maybe at 5, maybe at like 3. I'm not, not as in tune with the US market, which is kind of fun because I'll get to recharge on some US coins. This one's going to be a World War I era 1918D Walking Liberty half dollar. This design was inspired by Oliver Roty's French sewer design, and for a while they had the mint marks on the front, but I think in 1918 they had put them on the back at about 8 o'clock. So that's that Denver Mint. And the Denver Mint at this stage would have only been open for about 10 years. So it's actually pretty cool, interesting piece of early mint history. There were so many closed down mints like New Orleans, Charlotte, Dahlonega, Carson City at this stage. And so by this time it was really just Denver, San Francisco, and the original Philadelphia. Ooh, we got a 1926 nicely toned piece dollar. While it's circulated, I'm a fan of how that looks. San Francisco definitely was known for having a little bit weaker strikes, and I'm just a huge fan of that toning. Wow, that was not a coin that I had expected to pull out. A big, nice piece dollar. I don't exactly know how to value this one, but I could see this one bidding up. Now, one thing I will call out could be an old cleaning, but I'm totally not upset in any way about getting this coin. Because it's pretty and the toning, like piece dollars don't tone as easily as US Morgan dollars, which are known for their toning, so that doesn't really add much of a premium. But when you have a nice one like this, it definitely can make a difference and stands out. So again, big fan of all that color. Ooh, and then we'll get a proof, Ike, a clad proof that has as well some very interesting toning. And I love the blue hues and then kind of rainbow, toning out from the center of the item. Challenging again for me to value, but I'm pretty positive on this one, and I may. Let's see. I'm curious what I'll do with it, but I'm a big fan, and it's not something that I would dip because, that's going to remove all the toning on the top layer, and I don't know that you can really dip clad. Anyways, very fun coin, and $2 size coin like that is a pretty good start. I'm not expecting there to be any more kind of dollar size stuff here. This next one is going to be a barber quarter, 25 cents. Says there's a little bit of rim damage, and that's okay. Maybe it was like the way it looks. I can't tell if it was like put in a bezel or something, but one of the last years of the San Francisco Mint, I'm pretty positive. When did San Francisco? Oh, not San Francisco. I was thinking New Orleans. Wow, that's a silly. It's early in the morning here. So I would say this probably, I'm not sure how key of a date it is, but it's probably not going to quite be 30 bucks. Might be a good bit lower, but still a really cool coin. And the barber, Charles Barber, there was always a little bit of rivalry between him and Morgan and some of the other engravers. These, I think that they're really pretty in nice condition, but a lot of them have worn pretty flat, and some people kind of criticize them. At least Teddy Roosevelt did, and said, hey, we need to redo our coinage when he saw it. And we kind of did some more mythological looking Standing Liberty quarters. We get that Sower design earlier. We get, let's see, the Mercury dime. So then, anyways, St. Gaudens 20 and $10 coins. This one is, I love the toning on this 1964 quarter. Super rainbowy, really fun. And I love tone coins. So I haven't had any in inventory in a little while, again, just because I'm focused on the world stuff. So I'm not focused quite as much on like crazy tone stuff, but it's so pretty. And it's crazy to think too that like in the 70s or 80s, I forget when it was, people did not like toning. They were just like, hey, I only want blast white coins. So it's so fun how those have made a comeback. This one is great for me because I'm from Connecticut originally. The Ware Farm quarter, is this like a, oh, it's a S Mint, so it's circulating commemorative, would have been struck at San Francisco. It's not the rare W Mint, but probably came out in one of the mint sets and would be a fun circulation find, something like that. And then last but not least, we have this State Quarter clad planchet blank. This valuation feels pretty accurate. I've bought a fair number of these for like $9 and sold them for 11, so 12, that seems very reasonable. And so that's a good start here with 8 coins, of which I would say the best value is going to be in these 3. But hey, I mean, across the board, there's a good number of items. Feel like for a $100 grab bag, plus the person needs to, whether they're clearing out their inventory, I feel at this stage, this feels like a pretty fair grab bag. I mean, you can't expect, they're covering a shipping too, so that's costing like $6. I'm feeling like they treated me very fairly, and I get some interesting stuff. Maybe add to my collection, see what I can do, turn around reselling some of it. Ooh, but this is awesome. I've never actually seen one of these items. Ooh, and we get an invoice too, which is going to be helpful, but I'm going to put that to the side. We're going to have Rich Adams, by the way, very nice. Los Angeles Bullion Exchange. Rich at LA Bullion Exchange, if you want to reach out to him. Super cool business card. And then last but not least, we have what I believe is a Japanese, I've seen these pieces of currency. It's like, ooh, and it's way thicker than I would have thought. But some kind of samurai note. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I believe it would, that's referencing, I think that's either the Kane Tsuho or just like a cash, a bronze base metal cash coin from Japan. And then it's well worn, but there's some different stamps on the back. And I'm not sure exactly of what the circulating value, if this would have been 1 cash or 10 cash or 50 cash, whatever it is. I'm a big fan. Really fun. And I've never, again, owned one of these, but I've seen them so much. And so maybe it's going to inspire me to learn more about them and maybe start buying some, because I'm very impressed with how thick of an item it is. So again, Great spread. Thank you to Rich Adams for putting this together. I'm just going to call it out here. Even if the value doesn't add to 100, which it very well might, I feel like this is couldn't very much respect that this is what the bag was, and I think the value will get there. And also I'm going to look at like how I would value this one, because this one could be has some of that toning on it. It's really nice. S-mint. Love it. Thanks so much, and I will see you on the next one, and I'll know how I did relative to Silver Picker. That's going to be important. So I'm hoping that value is going to be really high.
Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to head on over to treasuretown.com and sign up for our email list to stay up to date on everything that's happening, whether it's auction updates, exciting new inventory drops, coin collecting news, or general informational resources. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on another one.